Hey guys, my name's Nathan. If you don't know me, I'm a personal trainer from Melbourne, Australia, and lately I've been seeing a few videos go around on the internet, maybe in the last maybe 6 or 12 months or so, in regards to the raising or rising obesity issue and people's reasons for such. And I've got, I guess, I got a bone to pick. There's the big viral, I guess, scandal, if you will, going around about the comedian who believes that the people use fat, the what was it? What did she say? The fat shaming is and sorry for the hand quotes, there's a lot of hand quotes, but fat shaming was created by fat people as an excuse to be fat, and as an excuse for people to feel sorry for them for being fat. Um, Now, I disagree completely with that, and the statement and the whole video is incredibly ignorant, and the realization that people actually feel that way about the whole situation is incredible. The other video that I watched was, um, and just bear with me because I'm just completely going by just off the top of my head. There's nothing scripted here. This is just personally how I feel about this situation. The other side of it is the incredibly aggressive side that was this other video by some, I'm assuming he's a trainer, um, again from the States, and he, from memory, went on about, how disgusted he is with fat people and how they're lazy and all this stuff. And people always come back, this specific type of person always come back to the fact that people are overweight or obese just simply because they're lazy, and it is a simple lifestyle choice that will create this difference in their lives. Um, as a personal trainer, or people believe that I should watch these, or at least the one about them being lazy, and completely agree. I could not feel further from that, and I know a lot of people that are in the fitness industry that would agree with me. And it's people like these two examples that give myself and other trainers and anyone in the fitness industry an incredibly bad rap, and make us come across as these judgmental people rather than role models. Or in my case, my take on personal training is more of an educational point of view, where I won't tell my clients to just do this. We're going to do this exercise. You're going to do 3 sets of 12, and that's it. You're just going to do it. I'm going to show you how to do it, and that's it. I'll sit my client down, usually between sets in their resting period, and I'll actually explain to them why they're doing every exercise, the purpose of it, and where each exercise is going to take them in regards to their fitness journey. Therefore, if money ever became an issue, I would know that they have enough knowledge, or I have done my best to instill knowledge in this person, to be able to continue with this lifestyle that they chose. Okay, now this is the point of my video. People need to make their own decision on what they want to do with their lives. You have people that, yes, they're overweight, but they might be happy with that lifestyle. Um, they, if you, My point is that even if you don't agree with how they want to live their life, it doesn't affect you in any way, shape, or form. So why do people go out of their way to shame or make people feel bad, or even you make a video about fat shaming and how it's wrong, or how it's created by these people that are making excuses. These people are only making excuses because there are people out there that point and laugh and tell them that their way of life is wrong. People might like this way of life. They, these people should not be yelled at and um, insulted and shamed into the point where they feel so disgusted by themselves that they're going to go into the gym or they're going to completely stop eating in to make other people happy. That's not why people should be striving for their goals. It should be their goals, and they should create them within their self. It should be an intrinsic motivation rather than an extrinsic motivation. Extrinsic motivation, yes, they come around. People want to do bodybuilding. That's not my cup of tea personally, but they have their models, their role models, their goals that they want to work on. They have, and that's fair enough. But they came up with the initial goal to get into the gym and make a change by themselves. No one forced them into it. So why do people think that it's okay to try to force people into making a change? Now, people that are close to me may know that I try to, I do try to encourage people around me and people that I care about to make a change. Now, that doesn't mean I try to do it forcefully, and I don't try to discourage people from their way of life. It's only when they make complaints that I say, well, look, there is another way you could be doing this. For example, like I said, people close to me will know that my dad has spinal issues, and that has nothing to do with his weight. However, if he was to lose some weight, it would assist his back and take a lot of strain off his spinal column. So therefore, I try to encourage him to do so, and especially when he says that he's in pain. However, I am not going to fat shame him. He's not fat by any means, but I'm not going to shame him into feeling horrible about himself and making extreme changes based on what other people want. He's also a smoker, but I don't tell him that he needs to stop smoking for whatever reason. That's his own choice. I'll make recommendations, but I'm not going to tell him he has to stop smoking, or I'm going to steal his smokes and I'm going to steal his food because he likes eating food. No, that's not my job. That's his job to do by himself. On the other hand, I've got my mum. My mum was slightly overweight, and she made the choice herself to get into the gym, and I was her guide. I didn't make her do anything. She took every single step by herself, and she looks incredible now. My point is that people, like I said, people should not be forced into these situations. People need to make their own decision. If someone came to me and said, you need to get into the gym to get stronger for your basketball or for your knees or anything like that, yeah, they might be right, but people need to be emotionally ready and mentally ready. They need to be prepared to take this first step. And I'm sure a lot of other PTs out there are going to say, well, Nathan, you should know better because, being a personal trainer, you are, I'm going to fix this. Being as a personal trainer, you are a role model, and you are a salesperson. I mean, that is part of the job. Part of being a personal trainer is a salesperson. But that being said, and I have done short business courses, and every single time, they will tell you ways to counter people's excuses when they come into the gym. So if someone comes to me and they say, Nathan, I want to know about your personal training and how you can help me and rah rah rah, and they'll tell me everything about themselves and why they have issues and how I can help, and I'll say this is what I can do for you, and these are my prices. Nothing's for free, so these are my prices. This is my job, so obviously I have to charge you. And some people make excuses. Oh, I don't have time. I don't have enough money. I need to talk to so and so, or it's too hard. I can't, whatever. But we got taught in these business courses counters to every single one of these excuses, and when we learnt them, I do remember a couple of them, but for the most part, I completely disregarded them. For example, one of the ones to be, if for the cost excuse, was to sit them down and write everything that they pay for during the week, and how much they spend on food, how much they spend on alcohol, how much they spend on this, that, and the other, and then find out what they can take out to replace with personal training. Now, that could help, and that's the only one that I've remembered. However, I don't believe that if someone was willing to come in and commit 100%, they wouldn't have to be told what they need to cut out in order to create room for personal training. If they have to be told what changes they need to make before they can make the decision to come in and commit to personal training, this person is not 100% committed or prepared to take that first step, and they are more likely, incredibly likely, to do it for a couple of months, if that. I've found that in the few years that I've been personal training, they are way more likely to cancel. They are way more likely to cancel to the point where they will stop contacting you and stop showing up, rather than say, I'm not ready for this. They will just stop showing up, and they do it incredibly rude. And that is because someone has told them that they need to make a change and has pushed them and pushed them and pushed them. They don't want to be there. So why are they there? Okay? I make sure to make my clients feel welcome, but that is only going to be useful to a certain point. If they will leave the gym and everyone else is bashing on them, then what's the point? They're not going to want to come to the gym because they're not doing it for themselves. They're doing it to please everyone else around them. The fact of the matter, and the whole point of this video that I'm making, is that there's so many people that find it so incredibly easy to bash and bash and bash and bash on people for their flaws, when you should be accepting people in spite, or that's probably the most ruthless way that I could look at it. You accept and appreciate someone in spite of their flaws. If you don't agree with something that is part of their life, yes, you can raise a concern, but you need to leave that decision to them. If you say, okay, look, if you really are concerned with someone's health, sit them down and say, look, I think you might have a weight issue, okay? And I think you should make a change, and if you want some help, I'm willing to help you. If you don't care about someone enough to sit them down and ask and suggest that you suggest a way to help them, then it's none of your fucking business, and you should leave them alone and stop bashing on people that you honestly don't care about. There's so much hate and bashing going around, especially now that the internet is so easy to put it out there, that people just sit down behind their keyboard or behind their smartphone and they'll go, oh, look at this video of this fat guy, or even worse, look at this video of this fat guy running on a treadmill. Who are you to do it? Do you go to the gym? Even if you do go to the gym, you should be able to appreciate the fact that someone's out there trying to make a change to their life. It kills me. I hate seeing that stuff on the internet. And the fact of the matter is, behind that phone, there is a person sitting there watching and laughing. They have taken their phone out. They have stopped their own fucking workout, and they are bashing on someone and then putting it out there on a public forum for millions of people to see. How terrible is that person? And yet they don't feel one little ounce of shame for what they did. All the shame goes onto the person that is in that video if they see it. They don't deserve it. What do you think that person's going to do when they see that video? Do you think they'll go back to the gym? They would probably be emotionally scarred for life. They will not set foot in a gym ever again. And that is all because of that scumbag that is sitting behind that camera and everyone else on the internet that thinks it's funny to share it. Now, that's one. Okay? Which leads me on to my other point. Leading on from this random person in this video, do you know their story? Okay? Why are they in the gym? Do you know why they got to the point where they are that overweight or unhealthy that they needed to make a change? I've had a lot of people come through and speak to me, and I like to get on a personal level with people if they will let me in. I've had a lot of stories, okay? A lot of real stories of people with real hardships. And the fact that they can get into the gym, it motivates me. It motivates me to do my job, and it motivates me to get into the gym myself and keep doing what I do. I don't have a reason compared to some of these people. And it is amazing the fact that they can even get into the gym and get enough time and energy to make a change. I've been surrounded with a lot of people that I've come across the time that I've been doing personal training through uni, um, and just through my personal life, of people having a lot of mental and um, or well, psychological, mental, and emotional trauma. And a lot of the time, they'll become unmotivated to do exercise, to leave the house, let alone go to a gym and exercise surrounded by 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 people. You don't want to be exposed to that many people that you don't know, when a lot of people, the only place they will feel safe is in their own bedroom. So that's the other thing, these hatred videos that, with so much spite and disregard for other people's stories, just to stereotype and just to pigeonhole all these people into one little group and to say that they're all lazy is just disgusting. You got people that they've had so much emotional trauma that for them to leave their house is hard enough. And you got other people that have physical injuries, and for them to move, to stand, to walk, they're in incredible amounts of pain, and they deal with it on a daily basis, let alone getting into the gym and being surrounded by fit people who do all this stuff that they wish they can do. You don't know people's stories, so don't act like you do. Don't act like you've been through all this hardship and that you've come out on the other side and you're just this great person who can judge everybody else, because I can guarantee you that you haven't been through nothing compared to some of the people that I know. And these people do exercise to an extent when they can. When they're not battling their mental and physical issues, they will do what they can. The reason I wanted to make this video is, and it's gone for long enough, the reason I wanted to make this video is because last Thursday it was Are You OK Day, and I intended to make the video on that day, but I was sick, so I didn't want to do this video, and I was sounding like crap. So for that day, I think the day and the concept of the day is amazing, but I'm a true believer that people need to ask, or more often, of the people that you care about, whether or not they're okay. And it sounds kind of cheesy and stupid, but it shouldn't be made for one day that you ask people if they're all right. People should like express themselves in a way that people are like, those around you should feel as though they can come to you for help. That you shouldn't have to ask if someone's okay. They should say, hey Nathan, I'm feeling a bit down today. Do you mind if we have a talk? Or not even that. Or they should just feel like they're able to just open up and express their issues. A lot of people I know aren't like that. They like to stay quite reserved. But the fact that you ask if they're okay is not going to change that. If they're reserved, they're going to say they're fine, whether or not they're okay. It is up to every single other person to make themselves emotionally available so people can approach them, rather than you go and ask someone if they're okay. Like I said, the concept of the day is amazing, and it is a stepping stone for people to become more approachable, in regards to speaking about issues and bringing like the suicide rate down, and self-harm and depression and things like that, because talking to someone helps, but they need someone that they feel they can talk to, and that is what we can do to help. And if you allow yourself to be spoken to, then people that have these issues about, going to the gym and making a change to their life, they might come to you and ask for that help, and that will allow them to realize that it's their decision to make a change rather than it being forced on them through shaming and hatred, because that doesn't help anyone, and that is not a sustainable way of life. Okay, well, I'm done, and that's been a long 20 minutes. So if you agree with this, if you disagree, by all means, say something in the comments. You know, like I said, this has been all ad lib, so I might have missed stuff, I might have said stuff. If you don't agree, I'm more than happy to talk about it. But if you totally agree that this kind of stuff should be off the internet and it should be out of everywhere, out of the gyms, out of anywhere out in public, and that it should be up to the person and those around them to make a change rather than every bloody man and their dog trying to beat on someone they don't know, then share it, because people need to see this and people need to know. So yeah, get it out there, have a share, and yeah, thanks for watching.